I think because we invest, I think anybody should be trying to solve this equation anyway. Just because I think even if you don't invest heavily in programmatic media, I think you can't really afford to kind of just cut that channel off and be like, oh, it's not going to be a channel we ever utilize, so therefore we don't really have to solve this problem. I think everybody in the industry and all the different partners that we work with have a vested interest in trying to figure out what that looks like. We kind of set up like an internal working group in January this year, which some people would consider like a bit late. Some people would probably say it was probably a bit too early. We set up a working group, got all the media team and the MarTech teams together, even got people from like legal and risk and everybody in there just so they can get the exposure to it. Started kind of doing a bit of an education piece with the leadership team in terms of what is a cookie. Some of them didn't really know what a cookie was, why it's valuable, what's happening. And that going through that process over the first like 4 or 5 months of the year was really cool. Just going around the business, banging the drum for this is why it's important. This is what our initial approach is. But really, we just started to cast the net out really far and wide, like having direct conversations with people like LiveRamp, our DMP, the tech stack, as I mentioned, that we were working with, having conversations with Google, like when is this going to happen? Staying close to the flock conversations and the tail dove conversations, whilst trying to balance the other identity problems like iOS 14.5 and then iOS 15 coming in September. So there's quite a lot there, and I think one of the things that we kind of really realized was a lot of us are kind of ex-agency that have come in-house, and some are clients, like pure client-siders. So we've definitely got like the best of both worlds in the team. But one of the things that we kind of realized last year was, even though you've come in from outside as ex-agency talent, and even though we've got client-siders together, we still all struggle to kind of, we might identify 80% of what the solution needs to be, but when it comes to the additional 20%, that could potentially be quite commercially risky. So we need to kind of outsource that, and we utilize agency support in order to be able to identify that and help us to, from a consultancy standpoint, almost like future-proof ourselves against those like future headwinds. So through doing that and mixing our own knowledge together, things like LiveRamp, looking at like data clean rooms, like trying to explore like the importance of like contextual, like smart contextual. How important is geo targeting? Is that going to become even more important than it has been? Just like going pretty like far and wide with it. But I think there's stuff like data clean rooms and stuff like that like really future responsible data privacy led anonymity kind of view of the world is really exciting, because I think that's definitely, like, we shouldn't be looking at the cookie problem and going, how do we just find another cookie like to use, another kind of identifier that's just as bad. We should probably be looking a bit more progressively at the situation, looking at to try and advance things and not just find a way around it.